fear being alone. They call it loneliness. They call it isolation. They say you need people, need approval, need validation. But what if I told you walking alone is not a weakness? It's a power. They won't understand. They never will. Because the truth is, most people are terrified of themselves. They can't handle their own thoughts. They can't stand their own reflection. That's why they drown in distractions, lose themselves in crowds, hide behind fake smiles and empty conversations. Because deep down, they are afraid of the silence. But you are different. You don't fear solitude. You embrace it because you know in solitude you find strength. In silence, you find clarity. And in walking alone, you find who you truly are. The weak follow the crowd. The strong walk alone. Look at them, lost in the noise, desperate to fit in. They follow trends, follow opinions, follow society's rules, just so they don't feel alone. But tell me something. Who made the rules? Who decided what's right and wrong? The ones who walked alone? The ones who didn't care about the crowd? Because the truth is, the weak need a crowd to feel strong. But the strong, they only need themselves. The path of solitude creates the unstoppable. Think about it. All the greats, all the legends, all the untouchables, they were different. They didn't walk with the masses. They didn't seek approval. They walked a lonely road. And that's what made them powerful. Because when you walk alone, you find something others never will. Yourself. You learn who you are, what you want, what you're truly capable of. But most people will never understand that. Why? Because they are too scared, too weak, too dependent. They need noise. They need distractions. They need people telling them what to do, what to think, what to feel. But not you. You are different. You know that walking alone isn't a curse. It's a blessing. They fear loneliness. But you own it. They say being alone is sad, is painful, is scary. That's because they don't know how to be alone. They've never mastered their own mind, never sat in silence without losing themselves. But you are built different. You walk in the darkness and embrace it. You stand alone, and instead of fear, you feel power. Because here's the truth. The moment you stop fearing loneliness, you become untouchable. They can't manipulate you. They can't control you. They can't break you because you don't need them. And that terrifies them. Most will never understand. And that's okay. Most people will never walk this path. They will choose comfort over greatness. They will choose the crowd over their own mind. And that's why they will remain ordinary. But you are not ordinary. You don't need a pack to feel strong. You don't need approval to feel worthy. You don't need anyone to tell you who you are, because you already know. You are the rare breed, the one who walks alone, the one who creates his own path, the one who fears nothing. And in the end, you will stand above them all. Because while they wasted their lives trying to fit in, you walked alone and became unstoppable, the mind of the lone wolf. Do you know why the lone wolf is feared? Because he is unpredictable, untamed, unbreakable. A pack gives wolves protection, but it also makes them dependent. A lone wolf, he depends on no one. He fights his own battles. He hunts his own prey. He survives on his own terms. You must become the lone wolf. When you walk alone, you become self-reliant. You no longer wait for opportunities. You create them. You no longer seek permission. You take what's yours. Because the world belongs to those who dare to walk alone. And when you walk alone long enough, you become unstoppable. The noise versus the silence. Most people drown in noise, the endless distractions, the useless opinions. They scroll, they gossip, they waste time. Because they are afraid of silence. But silence is where real power is born. When you cut out the noise, you start to hear your own voice. You start to think for yourself, move for yourself, live for yourself. Most will never experience that kind of power because they are afraid of being alone with their own thoughts. But you are not afraid. You understand that true strength is not found in the crowd, but in the silence. That is why you will win, because you are willing to do what they won't. You are willing to walk alone. And when you master the art of walking alone, you become the most powerful person in the world.